Stay tuned. Inside GRCC, your look inside your community college is coming up next.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Inside GRCC. Our fall semester at GRCC is well underway, and we want to try to bring you up to date on all that's been happening at your community's college.
We have been developing a curriculum to teach innovation. We've been encouraging students to recycle. We've been teaching high school students about diversity, and we've been learning through community service.
But first, our college president, Dr. Juan Olivares, would like to recap what was a challenging summer for GRCC. So we're going to take a moment and stop in for a message from the president.
Hello, and welcome back to Inside GRCC. 2007 has been an incredibly busy year for your community college. In addition to educating 26,000 full and part-time students, GRCC earned the Michigan Quality Award, the state's highest honor for organizational performance excellence. We're proud to be the first college or university in Michigan to win this award, and only the second winner from Kent County in the award's 14-year history. And as you know, we worked very hard to pass a millage to support the ever-increasing demand for education for the residents of Kent County and beyond. Although this effort did not succeed, I want to personally thank all of you who supported us. We will continue to need that support for whatever the future brings. We understand that these are difficult financial times, and we understand that GRCC is a vital player in the quality of life in Kent County. We will continue to provide the level of quality for which we've been recognized. The difficulty will still be in having to turn many students away. So once again, thank you for all you do to make Grand Rapids Community College the great institution that it is.
In the United States, we've always had an advantage in creating new products for market. Just think of the iPod. In order to help keep that advantage, GRCC is working with community colleges from across the country to develop a course to teach innovation. What you're about to see is the first part of the first lesson, Understanding Synthesis.
Synthesis. What does it take to compete in today's idea economy? Curiosity, vision, ideation, courage, flexibility, discovery, synthesis, leadership, introspection, ethics, integration, collaboration, communication, persistence. These are 14 competencies of an innovative individual. Our current creative economy demands this set of skills in order to effectively compete globally, today and in the future. One of the 14 competencies is synthesis, the ability to recognize patterns and make new connections. These activities focus on developing the skill of synthesis. But what is synthesis? How is it done? And why do you need to know how to do it? Synthesis can be thought of as a way of making connections. You may even think of it as a way of seeing the relationships between things. In order to make connections, you have to go through the process of synthesis. This process starts with gathering information, researching, and observing. The first step is looking at what's around you more closely. Then what? The next step in synthesis is recognizing patterns. Is there a repetition in what you see in the world around you? Are there connections? Is there a pattern? One can see patterns that exist in nature and others that are man-made. Recognizing patterns varies by the way you look at things and think about things. Seeing, understanding, and using patterns gives us a way to view and understand the world. Patterns help us to organize, sift through, and sometimes even predict things to come. It wasn't by chance that this guy caught the foul ball. He saw a pattern in how many balls are foul. If you can see a pattern, you can begin to see the possibility for change or how to do something differently. Shuffling, filtering, or reordering things or information can give it new meaning or new usefulness. In this case, he looked at the pattern of which players hit foul balls. From your perspective, can the pattern be viewed differently? Once you begin to see new patterns, you will start to make new connections. Based on new connections, a new idea or a new way of doing things can emerge. Think of synthesis like putting together a sports team. Think about a baseball team. Now think about what makes a great baseball team. There's a pattern to what makes a team win. What is this pattern? What are the traits of a good pitcher? What are the traits of a good batter? What are the traits of a good coach? How do they all interact to make a great team? When the owners of a sports team set out to make a great team, they collect player data and statistics, identify the patterns of the game, and make a whole team from their observations. Sometimes they have winning seasons, and sometimes they lose, but they learn as much from a losing season as they do from winning every game, maybe more. Because losing helps us see negative patterns, so it's not really losing, it's an opportunity for synthesis. After a losing season, coaches work hard to develop a new way of doing things. They go back to synthesis and try again. Synthesis is also a large part of how and what we eat. Next time you go through the drive-thru, think about the combo meal you just ordered. That combo meal is made up of 3 separate parts: a drink, a side dish, and a sandwich. Someone observed the most common actions of people in a fast food restaurant, and voila! The innovation of the combo meal. That was synthesis. Observing people at a fast food restaurant, identifying customer ordering patterns, and taking those observations and creating a new way to order is synthesis. Before someone observed how people order, people had to order a drink, fries, and a sandwich separately. Now you just roll down your window and say,
"I'll have the number 2, please."
Synthesis can be seen in the way companies are organized, like a sports team. Creating a great team at work depends upon using synthesis to put the right people in the right jobs. Synthesis is even at work in music.
Well, didn't I make you feel like you're the only one? Oh, yeah.
Rock and roll emerged during the late 1940s as a combination of the separate rhythms of blues,
That a lonely man can know.
R&B,
But each time I tell myself that I think I've had enough,
country western,
but I'm gonna show you, baby, how a lonely man can be.
as well as gospel.
I want you to come on, Lord, come on, Lord, come on, Lord, come on, Lord, and take it. Take another little bit of my heart now, baby. another little bit of my heart, I know you will. Take another little bit of my heart now, baby. You know you got it when it makes you feel good.
When we begin to see connections, we begin to recognize patterns, and we might see the possibility for change. But it all starts at looking at what's around us more closely. In our fast-moving world, synthesis requires us to slow down and look around. Who knows what you might see?
To learn more about this project, please visit wiredforinnovation.com.
GRCC's Bob and Alicia Woodrick Diversity Learning Center recently led an all-day workshop for local high school students, teaching them the value of diversity. We stepped into one of their sessions to hear what was being covered.
My name is Scott Welch. I'm managing partner for a diversity management firm called Diversity Management Strategists. I've been in the discipline of diversity for over 16 years now, and we work mostly with medium and large organizations, Fortune 500, local as well as regional and international. And I just couldn't resist the opportunity to come and be a part of this exciting initiative. What I'm doing here today at GRCC is really fortunate to be part of an initiative that is for the Kent Intermediate School District. And the focus is all the ninth graders in KISD schools, which is, I think, is a huge undertaking, and they've really done a great job with the Woodrick Learning Center for Diversity, and have just taken on the charge of getting facilitators from around the community to come and facilitate think about a 5-hour, 6-hour discussion with ninth graders. And I think that what we did today was very, very important, because the young kids, the young folks, the Y generation, they're our leaders, they're our future. And it's important for them as they go out into the work world as entrepreneurs, as whatever, as employees. It's important that they have a grid, a mental grid that is where they're accepting of people that are different from them. I think this type of exercise helps prepare our young people for the work to be leaders, global leaders also, and that everybody wins. If our young people are equipped, everybody wins. And so that's one of the key and fundamental reasons I was particularly interested in spending my time here.
Our school came here to learn about diversity because our school is separated, and it's good to come here and learn about different groups and just find out ways to not be so separated in schools and to be more friendly to each other in school.
The primary difference I found in working with ninth graders versus a lot of my corporate clients is that ninth graders, younger people, have less baggage. They simply have a lot less baggage, and we as adults have been taught and fed baggage, and they have a shorter distance to go to let go of their baggage, the young people.
We've been taught things by our parents that are like discrimination, and if we, by coming here, learn not to discriminate against others, we can help stop the discrimination and just make it better for all groups.
But I love the kind of the naivete of younger folks and the ninth grader students, because they simply are sharing from their heart, and they're all going through something together too, because they're all ninth graders, and they're at the top, they're at the bottom rung of the ladder now in a high school. So there's commonality in that.
I think it does need to be done, though, because a lot of kids in high school, I mean, we're freshmen now, so a lot of kids will make fun of us or just make fun of us, but this will give a good reason to accept others.
I like my corporate clients. This was a different thing. I actually get a chance to wear jeans today and to talk with the folks, and so it was really a pleasure. It was a great joy to be a part of this today.
I think things will change after people leave this building because of the staff, and they're changing people, and they're showing that we can change things, and diversity is a good thing, but we need to work on it and strive to do better and become one.
For more about the Diversity Learning Center, visit grcc.edu/diversity.
Every year at GRCC, learning experiences that happen in the community become a bigger and bigger part of our curriculum. We call this academic service learning. And as you'll see from the next segment, we're taking the classroom out into the real world.
The line between classroom learning and experience in the community is being erased. The definition of who is a teacher and who is a student is being transformed. The purpose of a degree once meant proof of a skill. Now, graduates are expected to have acquired skills that help them to become civically engaged citizens who participate in their communities. Right now, whether you're a professor, a student, or a staff member, odds are you're on the outside looking in. You have yet to cross the lines that separate what is learned from what is experienced, from what is studied to what is valuable when applied in our community. We're here to tell you to take that step. In fact, go ahead and jump. See what can happen when these worlds come together. We are the Academic Service Learning Center at Grand Rapids Community College.
At GRCC, community involvement is worth something. We categorize the way students, faculty, and staff can participate into 3 areas: academic service learning, and volunteering. Each approach to getting involved in the community has its own rewards, and each has a value that's more than its individual parts.
Academic service learning takes any course to the next level. Credit is earned not solely by time spent in the classroom, but also for learning that contributes to the community. For example, Professor Terry Stockton's Social Problems course integrated into his curriculum an urban plunge experience with Heartside Ministry, a Grand Rapids nonprofit organization which combats homelessness and poverty.
This seemed like a perfect opportunity to tie academic service learning, real-world experience, and building connections with people that our students may not normally be able to connect with.
It still had some eye-opening moments for me. For example, when we were sleeping in Heartside Ministry that night, the overhead lights would not turn off. But I thought about what would it be like to be out on the street with the street lights. The sirens, what would the noises be like? I was very connected when I pulled off by myself into a room. So I had some things that I hadn't thought of, but so I was a little uncomfortable. No, I was very uncomfortable sleeping on that floor. I wanted to go home.
We took a tour of the neighborhood, and the Heartside neighborhood is really a unique neighborhood because we have a group of homeless people that are living 1 block away from an area of wealth, which was something that really surprised me.
Academic service learning transforms learning. It gives context to ideas like nothing else.
There's only so much you can get from a book or a PowerPoint presentation, and this is just like full immersion into it. It's just going right into it and seeing it firsthand and experiencing it.
Afterwards, students process their experiences with the instructor's guidance and make connections between their service and the course curriculum. This provides for the deeper reflection necessary in any for-credit endeavor.
I think that academic service learning can be in any subject. In fact, it should be in every subject. When you walk into the classroom, you get a lot of theoretical knowledge, and that's helpful and important and essential. But it's making that knowledge real world that changes us, and it's understanding that the professor aren't always the experts. It's the people that do the job every day.
Again, one of the key values of academic service learning is the ability to earn college credit for service tied to course curriculum, which meets a community need. Annually, over 500 GRCC students serve over 10,000 hours in the community. There are other kinds of community engagement at GRCC that build civic and career skills. Service learning takes the skills students are developing and puts them to work for our community in order to build and practice active citizenship. For example, some of our accounting students provide tax preparation for low-income residents of Southeast Grand Rapids. This project is a partnership of an AmeriCorps Education Scholarship Program called the Michigan Service Scholars and the Kent County Tax Credit Coalition.
This is an excellent opportunity to get your feet wet. It's a good opportunity for you to figure out if this is really what you want to go into, because now you're interacting with people doing taxes, which happens to be one of the bigger sources of income for most CPAs, is doing tax preparing.
Well, in the class, you have your scenarios already for you. So the book tells you how to do it. But when you come into here, it's a lot different. It's a lot more involved. You know, people come in with different situations, and you have to work with them with those. So there may be some things in the class that doesn't cover it that you get through this experience. It's more of a street smart than book smart.
Through service learning, especially through the Academic Service Learning Center's Community Service Work-Study program, students planning on becoming teachers also practice their craft at local elementary schools. Students with computer skills tutor neighborhood residents in Hartside. Numerous students get real-world experience by working at nonprofit agencies.
Go ahead and do your print. I love working with the kids, and hopefully they enjoy working with me as well.
We've had the service learning students here for a couple of years now. We've been extremely pleased with them. They've actually done a myriad of functions here. They have tutored students, mentored students. I keep asking folks at CC to send us about 20 or 30 more, so all I can say is we'll take more. They've done a great job, and they've really helped us here at Palmer.
I'm here at Hartside to basically run the computer lab, and we do all sorts of things with the neighbors. We help them with their resumes. We help them with job search.
Yeah, it's printing.
Because I'm in the pharmacy field, and I'll be working with people, maybe sick people, people who need help with medication. And being here working with residents, offering help to them, I kind of relate that to the kind of job I'll be doing in the future, because giving help, advising somebody, helping them with something.
Finally, GRCC's third category for learning outside the classroom is simply called volunteering. Our many student life groups, like the Black Student Union or the Hispanic Student Organization, make it a part of their missions to volunteer at local schools and nonprofit organizations. The Academic Service Learning Center helps to coordinate these experiences as well.
We have 6th, 7th, and 8th graders, and we're actually just trying to make an impact on their lives, encourage them to, continue their education here and to look forward to going to college. We want to persuade them to further their education. We mentor them. Pretty much whatever they need from us, we do. As far as, their home lives, if they need someone to talk to, we're here to speak to them. If they need help with homework, we're here to help them with that.
When I was in middle school, we didn't have a mentor, and I think it would have been nice if we had it when I was back then. They're looking up to me, and that's kind of, besides my little sisters looking up to me, it's kind of nice to have somebody else look up to you.
The students that are involved in the Hispanic Student Organization are working as mentors with our mentoring program, which means that they serve as adult influences for our youth, working with them, spending about 1 hour once a week with the youth, passing times working on homework, helping them do a variety of activities to help them acclimate to culture. I think it's a win-win situation for both, because the students are able to get some community experiences and using their skills of being bilingual in Spanish and English and working with our kids. But also it's a win-win for me, because I have a lot of Hispanic students, or a lot of our kids are from Central America, including Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador, that they needed the help. And the youth and the students of CC are perfect to work as these mentors, because they have experience with coming to a new culture and learning a new language and learning other things too.
Whether it is academic service learning, or volunteering, a critical component of all effective community engagement and partnership is assuring that the community has a loud and clear voice in expressing its needs.
The Academic Service Learning Center works hard to build partnerships with organizations which revolve around positive, measurable impacts, both on student learning and on community express needs.
We listen to our faculty, our partners, and to our students, and then design intentional service experiences which can be measured, improved, and sustained.
All the ways faculty, staff, students, and community can connect with each other erase the lines that limit learning. They help to build a more sustainable future. But perhaps the most important learning that occurs in any community experience is the respect and knowledge we gain of one another and ourselves through service.
It feels really, really good. I grew up in the Bronx in New York, and I came out here. I've been out here for 5 years, and it's the greatest thing for me is to give to them because I didn't have that growing up.
I know where they're coming from. Most of them have children. They're young, so we exchange stories, mom and, kids, and it makes me feel like I'm not the only one facing these kind of problems. Everybody has them at this time.
If you love to work with people, you love to give help to anybody, I would really recommend to maybe come here at Hartside or anywhere else where you can give help to the neighbors and help them learn, help them achieve something.
As you've seen, many GRCC students, faculty, and staff make a difference in our community every day. They are learning how to become more aware and engaged citizens, and more about themselves.
Learn more about academic service learning at www.grcc.edu.
Kent County recycles a tremendous amount of paper, metal, and plastics every day. Some of our Tassel MTech students were looking for part-time work, and these two facts has resulted in GRCC students earning some cash while reducing waste in our community.
My name is Jim DeCorn. We're with the Kent County Recycling Facility. We take in curbside recyclables, sort them, and then ship them off to the appropriate mills. The students from GRCC are supplementing our crews at night because of the amount of paper and plastic that we have been receiving. The students that we have down here are all at the very tail end of the line. They're kind of our quality control. Because the glass is the last thing to go off the end of the line, all the trash, any unrecyclable material has to be picked out before it gets to the end of the line. And that takes 4 of them, and the other 6 are all picking out the clear bottles, water bottles, pop bottles. Because we have so many of them, we have 6 people doing that just by themselves. Their shift runs from 5 to 9 every night, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. It gets hot in the summer and cold in the winter. The students that are working down here are working through Manpower, right through the college, in order to get the kids down here, or the students down here. That was something that Manpower set up with just us for the college. Anyone that lives within the city limits has curbside recycling. They just have to come down to 201 Market, to the city DPW building, and they can set them up with a bin, and they will come and pick it up. The 2 big doors on the Market Street side of the building, there's a sign out front. You can park right by the sign and bring your recyclables right in. There's actually brochures in there that explains everything that you can recycle if they're interested in that also.
We leave you now with some shots of the newly refurbished first floor of Cook Hall, which makes learning visible to all by the use of glass walls throughout.
Thanks for watching Inside GRCC. You can see this and any other college channel program online at www.grcc.tv. See you next month.